We are live. Welcome to the Spin and Backfist MMA show for Thursday, September 11th. It is Robbie Fox, Jack Mack, and Big Ev back again to talk UFC news, UFC Noche, obviously a huge boxing card this weekend. And of course, if we're talking boxing, if we're talking betting, we wanted to be talking DraftKings as well. We love DraftKings, and the wait is over. 2 pound-for-pound kings, one epic showdown, Canelo versus Crawford, going toe-to-toe at last, and DraftKings Sportsbook is in your corner from the opening bell to the final blow. From the opening bell to the judge's final call, DraftKings has you covered with odds on knockouts, total rounds, method of victory, and more. If you've never bet on a fight before, it's very easy. Open the app, look for something simple like a who will win prop, and make your pick. It's not even a prop, who will win. And it's not just fight night. Football is on tap this Sunday too. One app, all the action. Football, college football, UFC, anything you want to bet on. Obviously, baseball still going on. New customers, this one's for you. Bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you sign up today. DraftKings Sportsbook is the home for fight fans and football Sundays. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code BACKFIST. That's code BACKFIST to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. In partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours. That's an amazing deal. Apologies if I sound weird. I'm battling a canker sore right by my tongue right now that it just won't go away.
You sound good.
Okay. I'm flubbing some words here.
That's brutal though. If you need bad. If you need a short notice kind of host,
I'll tap out. Yeah.
let us know. We'll handle it. But no, nothing worse than something like that.
Oh, it's the absolute worst.
Shout out everybody in the chat.
Shout out to the chat. Yes.
Anyway, shout out Abraham, Crawford, and Lopez Parlay from 2K Red Eyes. Vince Stees in the chat. Callum Walsh got a real test Saturday. Yep. Dan Man shouting out PC Strickland. Canker's Quilly. Canker sore suck, Robbie. Yeah. No
facts.
No, shout out everybody in the chat. Make sure you like the stream, comment, and Mitt Romney in the chat who makes our makes some of our clips. Shout out the GOAT. Big fight weekend, man.
Huge. Obviously, like the boxing fight feels bigger than in a long time for a boxing fight, in my opinion. The buzz around it is great.
And I can't wait to see how Allegiant looks. Ev and I went to Allegiant back in June, and I gotta say, I think Ev and I came away the same way. Like, man, this place is fucking nice. Like, it's awesome, and I can't wait to see how it pans out. It's going to be good.
And I sat in the nosebleeds at Allegiant for WrestleMania and had a great view of the ring. Like, obviously it's going to be the same size, like not even trying to glaze. Like, it's built in a way where every seat you can see. Like, it really is like a pretty state-of-the-art stadium. Like, they call it the Death Star. It feels like you're on a fucking spaceship when you're there. It's all like, sleek and black gloss, and it's just very cool.
Right. We were there when they were setting up a Shakira concert. We just went for like a rate. Like, they just gave us a tour of the stadium, which was pretty cool. But I think I came away thinking, man, there's not a bad seat in here. Like, and that's really impressive for a stadium with that big of that many seats. So
yeah, WrestleMania is literally going back this year because they loved it so much and made so much money there. It's like, it's kind of like the best of all worlds for the fans and the promoters as well.
WrestleMania's in Vegas again this year.
Yeah, which is crazy. They announced that they were going to New Orleans, and then they pulled out. They were like, fuck it. No. We're going back to Vegas, which people are upset about. But the arena was kind of just perfect, and I guess they could maximize the amount of money they make.
Abraham, the Unnecessary Roughness, which is a college football podcast that Ep's on, they're going on Unnecessary to Cosm this weekend, and you're going too.
Oh, yeah, he said, I'm going to Cosm this weekend.
So if you see Eb, say what up to him, bro.
Abraham, yeah, my bad. My Wi-Fi was freaking out there for a second. I couldn't hear. It was so like spotty, but I think we're back. I think we're good.
You sound good.
But yes, I'll be at Cosm. Super excited. Hoping to get to watch Canelo Crawford there too after the games, after we do the podcast. But yeah, also I've heard that the Allegiant's incredible. It's structured in such a perfect way for viewing of like you could just see it when you're in there. Like it's good for a concert. Obviously, it's good for football, and you can definitely see where even in a boxing ring, like the seats, it's positioned in a way where even like obviously picturing the boxing ring is so much smaller than like anything else they're putting in the middle of the field, but it's still you can just tell like you clearly it's just like structured very very well viewing wise.
Oh shit!
Actually,
Abraham says he's the Brazilian version of you. Actually,
oh,
we need that. Pick.
I love that.
Evan Brazilianev.
A little spicy Ev.
That's great.
But
yeah.
See, Alicia,
I mean, the embedded even
how
like
much
like them doing boxing embedded for this, like everything about it, it feels big. They're doing a good job like promoting it. Dana obviously like kind of perfected the way of like promoting a big fight week in Vegas, and you could tell.
Did you see him saying that he wants to be the CEO of boxing and really take over it?
Mm-hmm.
That made me think what would happen to the UFC. Obviously, probably just give it off to Hunter. I mean, I don't know.
Is he so crazy that when he says that he's thinking like, oh, I'm not leaving the UFC. I can do both.
Yeah,
like he's kind of got that
crazy
like mentality where I feel like he's like, oh, I wouldn't leave the UFC. I just take over boxing like that. He also kind of said that like Zuffa boxing is going to be kind of the contender series of boxing. The way he made it sound like it's a feeder, not a feeder system, but kind of for like major turkey type events.
Yeah, I think it really comes down to the turkey relationship with Dana. That seems like it's going well, but also those are two guys with like big egos that could potentially like clash. But I think it like both of them benefit from it. Like Dana gives like the promotion angle, and it seems like he's fine taking a back seat, but the CEO. But here's the thing: I think Turkey and Dana are kind of on the same page from the perspective of like we want finishes, we want exciting fights, and for boxing, that's a big deal.
They need to implement the promoter and rusher rule where they could like wave a fight off if it sucks.
Because it's a show. Build stars from it, like so many guys like get their jump start. Like you get that big knockout in the Contender Series, and then you get that big knockout in your debut. Like look at someone like a Malcolm Wellmaker. Like you can just like rise up the stratosphere in 2-3 fights. Like if you have fights like that, and that's clear what they're looking for. Like I mean, let's call it what it is. Like I'm not saying like Dana's trying to like get rid of wrestling in the sport, but if you're like a boring wrestler, like a wet blanket wrestler, like that is getting removed. Like he is actively trying to remove that from the UFC. And as a fan, I don't see you have any issue with it. Like, especially in boxing, like he wants guys that are going to go in there and slug it out. And I also think he's trying to bring some of what people have argued with UFC and just MMA and boxing for years. And that, like, let's get back to where we can have like Arturo Gattis. Like, you don't have to be 50-0 for people to respect you. Like you can have like the Nate Diaz's of the world. Like that can exist in boxing. And I think he's trying to bring that back, which I think will be huge.
Yeah, absolutely. Like even someone like Dave, who really loves boxing, he's such kind of an old school boxing mind that I remember telling him about certain fighters in the UFC, like, oh, Justin Gaethje, this. He's like, oh, he's got 10 losses on his record. He must suck. And it's like, no, that's just not how this works. Like boxing has gotten to such a place where people are so protective of their records that it's like they won't even accept a fight if they think there's a chance it could go down. That needs to change for sure. It kind of already is changing a little bit in boxing, I think, but you gotta push that over the finish line. Yeah. And then obviously UFC Noche this weekend too. Huge weekend for fights in general, and they're gonna space those out so you could watch both.
It's perfect. It starts at 3 in the East Coast.
Yeah.
So I think pretty much that like Lopez Silva will probably end, and then essentially the the main card of the boxing would start after that, I'd guess.
Pillow Hands Gaethje.
There are early.
Pillow Hands Gaethje is back. Shout out Pillow Hands Gaethje for the super chat, $4.99 here. Do you guys ever know any fighters on Dana White's Contender Series? Week 6 has got some great fighters like Adam Livingston, Luce Gunt, Genitalia. Yep, those are all great fighters. Huge prospects. Can't wait for Genitalia. I heard that she's got a great submission game. Yeah. the Contender Series, to answer the question truthfully, usually I don't until like the week of, when people start putting up tweets about them, or like you guys will tell me about someone on the Contender Series. Because is it Best Fight Picks does the breakdowns?
He does a very good one. I've shouted out a bunch, but there's a lot of guys that do good ones now. But he's so I always give him a shout out because I do watch his. I think he does it early and he does a good job. I like it as like the base, and then like I'll go like someone that I respect, see what they think, and then I'll go watch like some fights from each guy, like see kind of how I feel about it.
Crazy Contender Series this week, crazy knockouts, and the card we had on Saturday was fucking awesome. Like, what a great week of fights in general. It's kind of already been leading up to this. Any like main highlights you want to talk about from Contender Series or the last card?
Benoit Saint Denis, I think like what a huge victory for him. Very much needed. I think Baralo Imavov, we came away thinking like Imavov's just a little bit better than him. It wasn't like that much of a dominant fight, even though there was a 50-45. I think you could have easily had that 48-47. And then there was a bunch of we lost some fights, but in the Contender Series, there were some guys that really put on a show. Again, that the Samuel Sanchez knockout was unbelievable.
Crazy.
He shut his lights off. If any of those punches landed when he was up against the cage, falling down, it would have been really bad news. And then like Stephen Asplin, like he unbelievable win. What a comeback from Freddie Vidal. It was a really good Contender Series, and we'll see if any of those guys really turn out to be anything. But again, it's been a nice little fall so far, and we'll see how that continues this week. But I think the biggest takeaway from France for me was Benoit Saint Denis, huge victory. Ruffy has a lot to work on. That was a tough performance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't the loss. It was just getting completely shut out like that. Like BSC, that was, I agree. He was definitely, I think Imavov's undeniable for a title shot at this point, so it's hard to argue like he's not the biggest winner, but I thought BSD was like, in terms of like the stakes and the performance, his was probably
the crowd. The crowd was amazing. Mason like the Jones, way they got behind him.
Oh, Mason Jones, unbelievable comeback. Like what a fight. I mean, there was a bunch of insane. I mean, it was, what was there, 10 finishes? 11, 10? Somebody was crazy.
Maybe, they tied the record but didn't break it, I think. Crazy. That Aiden Ross clip went super viral, dummy viral. Him reacting to the Mason Jones fight.
See Jones, he posted, Aiden Ross DM'd him after. And
I saw that, yeah.
Like, so in love, being like next fight, like I'm betting on you, trust me. Like
I saw Jones tweet in between that too, in between the fight and the one he put out maybe earlier today or whatever. He was like, how the fuck does this work? He's like, this clip went crazy viral, tens of millions of views. I didn't get a single follower from it because he didn't get tagged. I guess maybe that was partially our fault. We didn't tag him in the spin and back, but it's like, I don't know. It was,
I quote tweeted him on spinning and said, everybody go follow Mason Jones.
Nice.
But I mean, like, I guess we could, like, every time we tweet out about a guy, we tag them. But, like, some of these guys' Twitters are very hard to find.
It's also that clip is, respectfully, it was much more about Aiden Ross's reaction to the fight. It could have been any, fight than it was.
The way he was like, kill him.
That's crazy. But we've all been there, And then
just the impending doom. Mm-hmm. Just all of a sudden, he's got him a full mount, just raining elbows.
I was surprised to see how, like, and I guess I shouldn't be fucking surprised, but like people are so angry about that clip. It's like, I don't fucking, he's like, it's like gambling cave electric chair. Like we have 1,000 clips like that for every sport, like, I don't know. I guess people are angry at everything and he's polarized.
Yeah. People angry at that. I mean, like you could say, like, it was kind of like he turned into a different person for a second.
Yeah,
but like,
he did.
Like, he kind of does like that, like, zesty thing he always has. That's like Aiden Ross. But like, if you're mad at him from like an MMA perspective, like, I don't know what like you're supposed to say to that. Like, that's what brings more fans to the sport. And also he was mad in the moment, but he was like, hey, Mason, like I said in the clip, I'm going to bet on you next time. Like, I get some people being like mad at him saying like, oh, he's on PEDs, but I think he was just in the moment reacting to losing his
Of course
bet.
he was. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, come on.
it's rage. It's like Call of Duty.
Yeah, exactly. Let's shout out another sponsor here, Game Time. We absolutely love Game Time. College football is back, which means tailgates, cheering crowds, and the excitement of being in the stands before kickoff. It's all great stuff. If you ever find yourself at a tailgate and decide to grab tickets last minute, Game Time is the answer. That's where they come in. The Game Time app gives the advantage back to the fans. It's the hack for unlocking amazing tickets and experiences in just a few taps. It's incredibly easy to use. The Game Time guarantee means you can trust that you'll get 100% authentic tickets on time and at the best price. Plus, the fees are always included. So what you see is what you pay. That's huge. Sometimes you see, like on other ticket websites, $200 tickets. You're like, oh, that's amazing. You click it, and then it's actually like $200 with $150 in fees. It's crazy. You pull up Game Time right now. It's gametime.co, not gametime.com. You can go to the Yankee game tonight for $20. You could go see Rangers at Mets on Friday, tomorrow for $13. There's a ton of great stuff on Game Time: concerts, shows, comedy. Nate Bargatze going to MSG a couple Fridays from now. $40 gets you in the building. I'll be there as well. Shout out to Game Time for that. Take the guesswork out of buying college football tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code BACKFIST for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code BACKFIST, BACKFIST, for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download the Game Time app today. Ooh, these ads are where the canker sore gets me. Got to tell you, that's the only place where when I'm reading off a thing, I'm struggling. But I'm an absolute fucking warrior. I got that fighting spirit. Go 5 rounds with these ads. We got some fight announcements, I guess we could talk about. Some like fight news. We just saw the Nathaniel Wood fight got announced. We had
Our guy Steamroller
Kyle Nelson, right? He put out the South Park graphic for it too, which was funny. That was like the way he announced it.
Macy Barber, Karine Silva, I think it is. That will be in Vegas, December 6th, UFC, whatever that is, 322, maybe 323. And
they really smoked Macy Barber for missing weight.
Yeah.
She was in like a title eliminator.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of anything else. We had Corey Anderson in the office on Tuesday. He was great. We'll release that in like about a week. He's obviously getting ready for his fight against Dovlet and in Abu Dhabi. Oh no, Saudi. I
think, right? Or is it Dubai?
Oh, it's Dubai. Which
I think it's Dubai, yeah.
So Dubai, that will be on October 3rd or something. Yeah,
3rd,
October
yeah.
3rd. Should be a great fight. But
yeah, he's such a nice guy. So easy to talk to.
Yeah, it was great. And outside of that, it's been a little quiet.
We got like the fighting trailers this week. We got the last trailer for The Smashing Machine, the Mark Kerr movie with The Rock. Looks awesome. And then we got the first trailer, I think, for the Sydney Sweeney one.
Also, the UFC White House card will now be in June.
That's right. Yeah.
Wow.
I guess due to logistical reasons, they couldn't do it on the 4th of July, which does take a little bit away. Like it felt like 4th of July, White House, DC, like in June, right before the anniversary, feels like it's a little like, but it's like, I don't know. We'll take what we could get.
I agree. I think it loses a little bit of its allure.
Especially 4th of July being on a Saturday this year, it was just like, oh, this is fucking perfect.
So what is it? It's the Saturday before?
They've just said June. I would hope it's like the Saturday right before.
And then Hamza tweeted out like an emoji about an hour ago that kind of you could say that it looks like the White House. It looks more like just a place with like 4 columns. Looks more like a court than anything. But I think he was saying it in reference to the July card, July 2026, which I guess is June 2026 now. Who knows? But he did tweet that out
on the White House card. It would be crazy.
Crazy.
I think there's a chance.
That would be so crazy. Like, there was talk about him not allowed in the country for years. He's fighting on the White House lawn.
But Trump's the reason that he's back. So, I mean,
I guess, yeah.
And I did.
But does Trump want a Dagestani that has the potential to dominate like that on the White House card?
I think he does. I think he likes Hamzat. I really think he does. It was funny. When I interviewed him back in Chicago, I asked him, I was like, do you really think you wouldn't be allowed? Like, you've in the past said you like Trump, and like Trump helped you get back to America. It's like, I was just kidding. I love Trump, and I like, we'll see what they say, but I would love to fight on the White House card. So, I mean, I guess we'll see.
And like, I feel like the same day he was doing interviews joking, he's like, yeah, they love me because I look like a terrorist.
You're also right there. You're also right there.
That would be crazy. I mean, John Jones was at the VMAs still telling like reporters on the red carpet, like, yep, I'm training. I'm in shape. I'm in the drug testing pool trying to get on that White House card. It's Hamzat, John Jones, and Conor McGregor all trying to get on the White House card. That's like an insane blunt rotation right there.
I mean, John Jones, he looks bad out here, man.
Yeah.
He had his own PR person interviewing him on red carpet. Like, he set the whole thing up to ask him about the White House thing. Like, that's a joke.
Yeah.
He just looks like, I mean, I think Ariel said it, and I'll give him credit because it was, I think he's totally right. From all these actions, it definitely points to it. I think he just regrets. I think he just wishes he just fought Tom Aspinall now. It's like
maybe.
I think considering the money and how big the fight would have been, and I think he's not that anyone isn't still saying he's like the GOAT, but I do think it did like have a scar. It leaves a scar in his legacy for sure.
Of course. Yeah.
Like, I think that's real. And I think anyone who doesn't see that, like even 1%, I think you're in denial about it. Clearly, like and it's the fact that he wants to get back in the fight. Like he's like, I'll fight anyone. Like, guy, the fight was right there.
You had
it. You had the fight. And not only do you have the fight,
$30 million for the fight. Yeah.
You had $30 million. Like, you had the fight. Like, it was all there.
I think it was pretty much confirmed that UFC called his bluff. We heard it from a few people, completely and confirmed. Then Ariel reported it, and it was almost 100% confirmed that John Jones threw out a crazy number, and the UFC said, "Yeah, we'll do that." And then he was
cool, yeah.
And then he just didn't respond. Like it.
I mean, you could even tell the way Dana was acting because John Jones made Dana look like an asshole. Because I think what happened is he agreed. I think Jones agreed. Like he wanted $30 million. UFC came back, whatever, and said like, we got it. Like the money, like it's done. You get that money. You signed the fight. Boom. I think he said yes, like verbal agreement.
Yeah.
And then that was when I think Dana was like, it's 100% happening. Like it's like putting that type of claim on, like saying he had never said 100%. He just kept before being like, we're going to make it happen. We're doing everything to make it. Then he was like, it's done. Where it's happening. Then he backed out. And then I think Dana was like, well, now you made me look like an asshole. I can't trust you for a million reasons. Now this is another one. Like, you're not even a man of your word. I pony up $30 million for you. You can't even stick to that. So
that's a really good point from you, Ev. Because I even think in the past, like we saw from Aspinall, he was saying on his like YouTubes and interviews, he's like, we have some news soon. Like he's like, wait on it. I would think that kind of goes to your theory of that. I was like, no, they had it. They were ready to go. And then John just said no. And even like, I mean, we're not too far removed from like Dana's at every point saying, no, John Jones is the GOAT. Now he's like, I don't even fucking
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He made him look like an asshole. He left him out to dry on that. Because I guarantee he called, like John calls, says like, done, we'll do the fight. Then someone calls Aspinall's team and is like, yo, John's in. Like, we got it. He agreed to it, done. Aspinall's excited. He teases it. Dana's teasing it. And then Jones gets cold feet and says, no, I'm good. Yeah. And then everyone's like, what the fuck?
The Aspinall clip this weekend was awesome as well. Speaking of Aspinall, him in the crowd watching Delia, like he was like in tears, like his dad was starting to tear up. It's just like, he's the best. I love Tom Aspinall.
Which is awesome because like Delia's like much older than him. So
I know.
Not to say you can't be happy for somebody else that's older than you, but it's like that really shows. And he was really happy, even like because I think Modestus is with him too, right?
Yes,
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, And he's a really truly one of the best guys the UFC's had. And I say that with a little bit of like, just waiting on something, because it always feels like there's something that comes out.
Yeah.
But with Aspinall, it really seems like
I know.
He's just, and
his dad, like when his dad is in the office, he's so much fun to talk with. Like they just got a great thing going with it, the whole camp.
Yeah, and I mean, a
Not
great
the Glaze.
father. I think one of his children suffers from like a developmental issue,
So
which
he has, I believe, he has a child who has autism, I believe.
yeah, and like I mean, I have like a cousin who and their aunt and my aunt and uncle, and they deal with that, and that's something that's really difficult at times. And he's the heavyweight champion of the world. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's truly a great guy. Not to
Awesome, yeah.
not to like glaze too much.
Not to
But,
glaze.
yeah.
I was glazing him before glazing Tom Aspinall was cool.
True.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Cool now.
the Big Ev FaceTime glazing when we have Tom Aspinall in and he is inevitably like called to do like a Cheez-It ad or something is always my favorite thing.
Every single time there's been something like he's come in the office twice.
Yeah.
I was out for work things both times.
Yeah.
The one time we had him over Zoom, I had fresh Bell's palsy.
Mhm.
So I couldn't even smile at my hero. It was brutal. It's been brutal. He probably thinks I'm a weirdo. But I have.
No, I mean, when you guys finally meet in person, that's going to be scenes.
I need it. Well, one time. I mean, when he I wish.
Oh shit!
No, this is Billy. This is
Oh,
Billy.
it's gotta be
This
Billy,
is
right?
fucking Hot Billy. That's definitely Hot
MMA
Billy.
fan. Yeah, that's Hot Billy.
I don't
You're not
think he's
getting
ever
us
talked.
today. You would have got
I-
me. Jack sniffed you out.
He
I
probably would have got me too. He caught me.
Yeah.
I love Mutt. I mean, I don't want to say love because I don't really know him, but I like him like from the outside.
Yeah.
I don't think he's ever talked about MMA.
Yeah. We would have known, right? If he was we probably would have known.
He probably would have brought it up in his
today.
thing today.
Yeah, which was
I'm
so
gonna go to the
entertaining.
bathroom.
That was amazing.
Oh, what a
The
spectacular-
negotiations.
Them haggling at the end over $500 over a year.
That was so funny. Yeah, that was so funny. Shout out Mutt, our new coworker.
You know,
Yeah,
like-
welcome
like-
to the
$2 a paycheck.
yeah. Welcome to the squad. Listen, if he does watch MMA, we'd have him on in heartbeat. Hot Billy putting up a triple-double in the first half. Respect, shout out, Cooley says.
I love chat respecting chat.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love to see that.
Let's tell everyone about Blue Chew, another one of our favorite sponsors here at the Spin and Backfist MMA show. There we go, the Blue Chew ad. So you get the code right on the screen there. Guys, enter the room. Dick first. Blue Chew isn't just a tablet. It's a cheat code for your crotch. Stronger, harder, longer lasting, and someone gave your downstairs a pep talk and a gym membership. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets for better sex. This ain't a supplement. It's an erection resurrection. Guys, this ain't just about performance. This is about legacy or third legacy. Give her group chat something to talk about. You know, when you lay it down, they're talking about how it gets up. Nothing makes you more of a legend like a little Blue Chew. So discover your options at bluechew.com. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. As always, get your first month of Blue Chew free. Just use promo code SPINNIN at checkout and pay $5 for shipping. That's SPINNIN, SPINNIN. That's it. Join Blue Chew's mission to upgrade humanity one thrust at a time. Head to bluechew.com for details and safety info. And big thanks to Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. Shout out Blue Chew. I'm actually at my apartment hoping that I get some, we're supposed to have someone coming to do repairs today. And I'm hoping the new walls aren't too paper thin when I do certain ads. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what the neighbors are going to think if they hear me go, enter the room, dick first. Big Randy Couture guy Mudd is, I guess. Looking forward to working together, he says. Very nice.
That's honestly, that's why Hot Billy is the GOAT, because that's that's exactly who a 45-year-old man's favorite fighter would be.
Randy Couture.
I was there when he knocked out Chuck Liddell.
Talking about the two fighting movies real quick. We kind of talked about it on the group chat and everything. The Christy Martin movie, which is a great untold, as you pointed out on Twitter, like a crazy, amazing story.
Story's incredible, an amazing story.
The movie looks okay. I can't tell if it's going to be like super kind of like generic, like almost like a parody of a biopic. I think there's a chance it's really good as well. It's like a great story. Sydney Sweeney seems to be like pretty believable in the trailer. She looks fine, like as an actor. Just doesn't look like The Smashing Machine looks, which is like, holy shit, this movie looks incredible.
Listen, I like Sydney Sweeney even as an actress. Like I think I watch.
I think she's very good.
She's exceptional in Euphoria.
Yeah.
I just like, maybe it's like her like in person, whatever persona, whatever you want to call it. Like I have a hard mental gap, especially I'm such a fan of the Christy Martin story. I've watched the documentary legitimately like 5 times. I talk about it any chance like when it comes up.
Yeah.
I always am like, yo, watch it. It's amazing.
You put me onto it. Yeah.
I just have like my mental of like her in that role, the Sydney Sweeney playing that role, it just doesn't like, I don't know, it doesn't compute to me. Like Christy Martin was a girl from West Virginia. She was called, what was it? It's like something, the
coal miner's daughter.
Coal miner's daughter. I knew that was the coal miner's daughter, like rugged, like tough, like knocking all these girls out. Like literally how she became a boxer was they just randomly put her in a tough man and she just beat the shit out of everyone in one night.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, like she just had that God-given power that she like stumbled upon. And I don't know, I just don't like, obviously rugged girl that was, I mean, this woman boxed Layla Ali in her prime.
Yeah.
When Layla Ali was like twice the size of her. Like tough broad. Like,
and they show, I think they're doing that fight in the trailer, right? Yes. When they do the face off and everything.
They should have never fought. It was ridiculous. She was so much smaller. But I get it, I guess, because she was such a big star at the time. But yeah, it just was, I don't know, Sydney Sweeney playing her just like,
there was that one scene where she's like, oh, I see you wear all pink. And she's like, I'm from West Virginia. And that one scene, I was like, ooh, this might be bad. There's a chance this movie, and I'm not saying it will be, but that one scene just was so like jarringly like generic and like biopicky to me. I was just like, ooh.
It just was, yeah, that line definitely threw me off too, because like she does, when you watch her old fights, like she does wear pink a good amount, but like she wasn't like I mean, she never was like trying to be this like, I don't know, like
girly girl.
Yeah, like, this girly girl, and like, yeah, I don't know.
She was just a badass because she was a badass. It wasn't like, I'm a badass because I wear pink, and it's, you know, she's just a badass.
I mean, she really came up because she was the first woman that was really like knocking everyone out. And then they put her on a Mike Tyson undercard when Tyson was like in his prime.
Yeah.
And everyone was like talking shit about it. And then she absolutely like murdered someone. And they were like, oh my God. But she's the female Mike Tyson.
It is kind of funny that like history repeating itself, Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano being people's main takeaway from Tyson and Paul. You know what I mean? Like people being like, holy fuck, Tyson and Paul, that was horrible. But like the women's fight on the undercard blew us away.
And I hate they ruined it with the trilogy.
I know. Yeah.
Worst fight ever.
Oh, and I don't even think we haven't talked about Tyson Mayweather on this show, right?
I don't even care. I legitimately couldn't.
It's insane.
Like, don't even care. Legitimately care. Won't watch it. Won't watch it.
If it's on, if I have it on, like maybe I'll throw it on. But yeah, I'm not going out of my way to watch this. I'm not staying home to watch this because it's not like it's one of those like we know exactly what it's going to be. It's going to look like probably like an even worse version of Floyd and Logan Paul. Just a worse, slower version. Yeah. They're not going to be trying to hurt each other. They're going to be dancing around the ring. It's a sparring match. Are they going to load the undercard? Are they going to try to make the undercard entertaining for fight fans?
It's a money grab, man.
Of course.
Yeah, I couldn't see myself watching this unless there literally was nothing else on. There would have to be absolutely nothing else on. Yeah, no.
Where are they doing that? Have they said where they're doing that? Did they just say Vegas? Like, are they going to? I'm sure they could sell out an arena.
I was so uninterested when I first saw when it was announced. Like, I didn't even flinch at it.
I know.
Like, I literally just was like, oh. Okay.
I didn't see any, like, there's nobody that's excited for this, right? Like, nobody, like, even if you're a Mike Tyson fan, even if you're a Floyd Mayweather fan, there's no way you're like, oh, I'm looking forward to that, right? Like, when do tickets go on sale?
any of that nostalgic excitement about Mike Tyson went out the window in the Jake Paul fight.
Yeah.
Because there was
Although,
just enough that are like,
him
oh,
turning around.
And truly,
Turning around,
again,
showing his ass was so funny.
I'll say this: that was an incredible moment. I will say this at the end of time. But before the fight, whoever you thought was going to win that fight, that was genuinely an IQ test.
Yeah.
To me, that was like my barometer of like, are you like a competent human or are you literally like if you thought Mike Tyson was going to win that fight, like you just don't understand. Like,
yeah.
The life cycle.
People were going the old man strength. It's like no,
that's not how it works.
That would maybe apply like in a bar fight with a teenager and a fucking like.
Yes, it would apply with someone
on this
who
level
isn't training and has two guys who have no idea what they're doing, and one guy's a grown man like loading bales of hay, and the other guy is a twerp. Yes, like the old guy probably would win.
Yes, the old man strength will come in handy there. Yeah,
yeah, that's it. Like a trained 27-year-old is going to beat the brakes off any 60-year-old man.
Yeah. Yes. All right. You want to talk about UFC Noche?
Hell yeah.
Good card this weekend. I'm excited for this.
Solid. It's solid.
Yeah. It's not UFC Noche last year by any means, but there's like a couple fights on here where I'm like, oh, that'll be good. Oh,
for sure. No, good fights. There's some good fights.
They wanted this to be in Mexico as a pay-per-view, and they kind of had to adjust.
They
because
downgraded.
The arena wasn't ready.
First fight on the card: Rodrigo Sezinando versus Daniil Donchenko. Donchenko minus 218. Rodrigo Sezinando plus 180. Are one of these guys debuting? Or both of them debuting?
It's the Ultimate Fighter final.
Gotcha. I was going to say, I don't recognize these names at all.
And they moved it.
Right.
I don't know if you guys watch Ultimate Fighter at all. I'm excited for the fight. And it kind of like, just to give you the general, like paint the picture, Daniil's like very good striker. He also, if I remember correctly, was really more of a 155er that did 170 for the show. But he fought very well. I think he had a pretty dominant decision, I believe, in the first fight. Second fight, he had a knockout. The Sezinando's way more I think more well-rounded, definitely has more grappling, without the grappling wrestling edge. But a solid striker too. I'll take Sezinando 180 plus 180 all day.
Okay.
I just think he's more well-rounded. I think if he gets takedowns, he's gonna dominate. Like if he can take him down, he's gonna look like minus 300. But on the feet, Donchenko is legitimately very skilled, very fast, powerful. So I guess in some respects I can understand why he's the favorite, but I don't think he should be this big of a favorite. I think it should be a lot closer to even. I think Sezinando definitely can win the fight. I think he can grind him out.
Yeah, I'm definitely a little bit intrigued with Donchenko by KO plus 150, but I think Ev broke it down perfectly. If this stays on the feet, I think Donchenko can really do something nasty here, but that's a big if. So I don't know if I'm going to get involved. Ultimate Fighter, I didn't watch enough, but I do. I was impressed with Donchenko's speed and power. He has some power. So yeah, we'll see, but decent fight. Obviously, Ultimate Fighter finish, and also the Ultimate Fighter final fights always play out kind of weird. We saw it last time, so we'll see.
I just got a pretty funny MMA press release right in the middle of breaking that card down. Raul Rosas Jr. unveils secret menu item, the Chihuahua Burger at Carl's Jr. Did you guys know about this?
Burger?
He's got a secret menu item in partnership with Carl's Jr.
What?
A Western bacon cheeseburger with some spice. Look out for the Chihuahua spicy Western cheeseburger, available to order now at Carl's Jr.
Chihuahua burger. What a time to be alive.
Oh, and this is an unreal press release. Rosas Jr. was recently forced to withdraw from his scheduled bout at Noche UFC on September 13th due to a rib injury, but the setback hasn't dampened his hunger.
That's good. That's good.
That's good stuff. Shout out to, all right, free ad right there. Shout out to the Chihuahua burger, I guess. But it's a secret menu item, which is interesting. They're like, all right, it's not on the menu, but you could order it. I assume If you go into Carl's Jr. and say, "Can you give me the Chwiwi burger?" They're going to call the manager and be like, "What is this guy talking about?"
That's funny. It's true. Probably also true.
All right, back to the card. Montserrat Rendon versus Alice-Pereira, which this is obviously the big fight people are not the big fight people are looking forward to, but is it Alice or Elise?
Elise.
Elise
She's 19.
Pereira.
She's 19.
19.
Peloton's
Minus 142 in this fight. She's
No.
been doing the dancing videos with.
Is she not?
No,
Or
Is she
what is
not?
it? I thought I saw a clip where they were saying because
She was doing the dances with Nina Drama.
Doesn't she have a sister who's a fighter too? I thought he did.
And this isn't her?
I thought that was
I
like a
thought this
hype
was her
thing.
too.
No, this isn't his sister.
Really?
I think they just have the same last name.
I
got
thought
so-
when she did the dancing video with Nina
Yes.
Drama this week, I was like, oh, that makes sense because Nina does that with Poetan.
And they had been hyping up for years that he like has a sister who fights.
Aileen. Abraham.
Aileen's Aileen's his sister.
Elise,
yeah.
Aileen. It's like, I mean, doppelgangers. Well, I don't know if they actually look alike. Their names are doppelgangers.
Elise, I don't know what to do with this here.
But this was the one making the dancing video with Nina Drama this week?
Yeah, definitely. I
See,
saw the
that's
same
crazy.
video. That's on me for not looking into it more. I knew he had a sister who was fighting.
I thought the same thing. I was like, oh, that makes sense. She's friends with Poetan. He would hook his sister up with a good interview. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I just assumed. That's on me.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with this. I mean, she has some pretty good hands. Pereira does. She's 19. This is a really tough spot. She has 4 or 5 knockouts on her record. But it was against some tough competition, some cab drivers down in Brazil. She has won when in Tucano Fight Combat, where who she was fighting is 1-6. But yeah, this is a fascinating fight. It's really tough. These younger fighters come in and like sometimes they just like aren't ready, and I think this could be something that is going to happen to her here. But I don't like. I would take that stab at plus 200 now at plus 120. I mean, I think it's probably right.
Yeah,
And
no play.
shout out once again to DraftKings as we're breaking down all of these fights. We're talking about lines. We're pulling up the lines from DraftKings. Again, you can get an amazing deal with DraftKings. Bet $5, get $200 back in bonus bets instantly when you sign up today. Not just for UFC, but for college football, but for the boxing fights this weekend. Anything that you want to bet on DraftKings, they make it easy. Bet $5, get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you sign up today. DraftKings Sportsbook is the home for fight fans and football Sundays. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code BACKFIST. It's code BACKFIST to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Always the best, the easiest. Maybe we'll get some mutt picks on DraftKings if his comments in the chat are to be believed today. That would be great. And yeah, we put together the parlays every now and then for the big cards. We have them on there. DraftKings, they're the absolute best. And then the next fight on the card, Alessandro Costa versus, I believe, the debuting Alden Correa. Costa minus 410, Alden Correa plus 320. I don't know anything about Alden Correa. Do you guys?
Yeah,
LFA
guy, right?
I knew the LFA. I think he did some Cage Fury too. I think that's where he was most recently. I think Costa rolls through him. I think Costa's underrated. I mean, his 2 losses in the UFC are to Albazi and to Urseg. And I remember the Urseg fight was like a very competitive fight, a fight that I honestly think he made some mistakes that he could have won the fight. I think Costa's really good. I think he outclasses him here. I think it's like a levels fight. I think he's just a lot better. I think he's warranted to be minus 400 plus parlay piece. Probably gets a finish even too. Yeah, so that's where I'm. I think Costa rolls.
Yeah, I'm always a little bit concerned with Costa's chin. I mean, Urseg did he went to a decision with Urseg, which is impressive. The issue with Gassa is like he hasn't fought in 18 months, which is like I'm really confused by because he's pretty damn good, and it's like you would think he'd want to stay on that. I mean, finishing Kevin Borjas is no easy. It is not something easy to do. But yeah, this is a big price to pay on him, but he's clearly the better fighter here. I also don't think the UFC is very high on Coria if they're giving this to him. I know it's kind of the last minute short notice, but
Yeah.
I mean I don't blame you for a parlay piece, but I don't think I'm going to be lining up to take him.
Also,
Abraham says he's from Houston Fury FC. He's not that good, to be honest, but he's got hands. He has, like, I saw his like Tapology capping, like a bunch of knockouts, finished his last 3 fights, I think, in the second round, a couple knockouts. So like maybe, but I don't know.
He was supposed to fight Matt Schnell September last year, and it got canceled. And then he was supposed to fight Edgar Chairez on this card. But I agree with Jack. The inactivity is strange.
Yeah. Up next, big one: Cedric Dumas versus Zach Reese. Dumas plus 195, Zach Reese minus 238. What was that graphic this week that we had Cedric Dumas? It just said broke.
He tweeted a picture of his bank account talking about all like he had $13 and change in it.
Ooh.
And it essentially was saying like this is what happens like when you're adult and you basically are just like backed into a wall in legal fees. So a lot of people are making jokes of like, I mean, what better guy would you want to fight on than a guy who no one needs this? He's made it clear.
He needs the money.
And I think I agree with the side. I think
Oh, do you?
I think 195, listen, is it going to be the biggest bet I ever made in my life? For sure not. But I mean, plus this guy's going to fight for your money. At least he's fighting for his own money. He needs this money more than I need to win this bet. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to put my money on that. I don't think Zach Reese is like great. I think Zach Reese is like a fun fighter because he's like explosive, a lot of finishes, all that. But Dumas here, I wonder if Dumas can maybe get some wrestling going, get on top, maybe get a sub. But yeah, I like Dumas at this big of a dog.
Yeah, if Dumas can survive the early onslaught from Reese, I really think he's live. I took him plus 195. It's interesting. He's really not been the version we thought he'd be for a little bit now. But if he like can kind of get into that striking flow state, I think he can really be a decent fighter in the UFC where he is using his length, using his power. And I think if you push Reese into round 2, round 3, it could get difficult for him.
Up next, we've got Jesus Santos Aguilar versus Luis Gurule, who came in and lost to O'Day Osborne, right? Contender series guy.
Got knocked out by O'Day.
He
was a favorite too against O'Day.
He's a favorite here as well, minus 205 to Aguilar's plus 170. That's kind of surprising to see.
Yeah, I think
just like minus 205, is that wide to you guys or no?
No, I think Aguilar's not good. I think Aguilar's like sub or bust here. And if he doesn't get the submission, which I mean he could, I'm giving him a chance. But outside of that, I think Gurule is somebody that can really just kind of like, for the lack of a better word, just dominate him on the feet. And this is a guy that's, he was undefeated going to that fight against O'Day. O'Day's a really tough guy to fight in your first fight. I think he's going to be levels above Aguilar here. I already bet him earlier in the week at like minus 225. It went down a little bit, but I still obviously like him. I think he's just a much better MMA fighter. Like Aguilar, I guess, could catch him. There's a little like Aguilar does throw this huge over the top right hand, but like I don't see it.
I mean, he caught Shannon Ross with it. It was his first
like that's who he caught though. Like
it was his first knockout ever. He had never knocked him out before. Yeah,
he's like a submission guy.
Yeah, and I think I can't be emphasized enough that this is essentially this. You're getting Gurule, or however you want to say his name, at the same line that you were basically getting that fighting O'Day Osborne. The levels between Aguilar and O'Day Osborne are astronomical, in my opinion. O'Day Osborne just almost beat Urseg. Yeah, like he's a good fighter, really good fighter. like really probably a top 15 guy, to be honest, or at least like right on that border at flyweight. I think getting him at the same price against Aguilar as O'Day, you're getting a discount here.
This is a funny comment from Quilly and very true. How about the Contender Series watch parties they always show? I constantly see little kids watching this side of the dude who gets murdered. Always makes me wonder what they must be feeling. Good point, because they always cut to the family and like friends of the people who get killed in there. And it's like, oh my God.
Week 3 and week 4, it was back to back where like there was like a teacher fighting of some sort.
Yeah.
And like one was a teacher, then the next one was like the town. All watching. It was kids, and they both got. It was what's his name who got. And it was a brutal KO. Jean Louis or whatever his name is, who knocked out.
Lisboni. Yeah, Jack Condon was his name, I believe.
Jack Condon. The entire town was watching, and he got flatlined.
Yeah,
like I mean, I
badly.
That's tough to explain to your child why the town's legend just got flatlined. They gotta look at the betting. Hey, if you're a plus 400 underdog, maybe don't bring
watch party.
Yeah. Although shout out Freddie Vidal, who is a teacher and was plus 370 and won the fight.
Granted, there you go.
It was an incredibly bad fight. but I will give him credit. He took the fight on like 5 days' notice. He literally coached a high school football game on Saturday.
Yeah,
and then got the call, and then was fighting in Vegas on Tuesday. So I mean, I'll give him a little slack, and he did, honestly. Longo, man, what unbelievable, man! This guy Longo, the way I don't know if you guys how much closely you watched it. After the second round, Vidal was literally dead. Like he was so exhausted, he didn't get up. I thought they were going to wave it off because he wouldn't stand up for like a full probably 5 to 8 seconds after the bell rang. He just sat there and they wouldn't get up. And he goes, "Get the fuck up, Freddie! Get the fuck up!" And he's yelling at him. He goes, "Show us what you're made of. Like, you got 5 minutes." He's tired too. I was fired up. And then he goes out there and chokes him out when he looked like a corpse a minute before that.
Well,
and then he's the one leaning on the other guy.
Yeah.
Awesome. Just Ray Longo moment.
Next up, Tatiana Suarez versus Amanda Lemos. Lemos plus 350, Tatiana Suarez minus 455. She the heaviest favorite on the card, I would assume, right? Yeah, she is. Seems like an easy fight for her. If like Jandiroba could submit Lemos, I think Tatiana Suarez can as well.
Yeah.
Not to do MMA math like that, but
I want to make sure that she's like healthy, because like I think there's still some like aspects where it feels like she was just so stiff against Wei Li. But like, I mean, she did get a takedown on Wei Li, which is like crazy to say. If you're getting takedowns on Wei Li, like you're gonna get a takedown on Lemos. Suarez by submission on DraftKings is plus 130. It's only 3 rounds, but I am considering it.
I like that. Yeah.
And
I think she'll get a finish.
I think like here's the thing with Suarez. If Wei Li did not give up the belt, I'd be like, where's her head out here? Is she just trying to get some money, win some fights in the UFC, and continue on and just like kind of be like, oh, it was a great run. She obviously has a great story. But now it's like, hey, if you win this and you win one more, I mean, she could be fighting Mackenzie Dern like by the end of the next year. Like she's right there. The division has a new kind of like thrill to it, and I think she's somebody that's like, hey, I can get that belt, and I don't blame her for it.
Yeah, I like the under 2.5, because obviously Suarez is incredibly live for a sub, but I have a lot of the concerns that Jack talked about, like how stiff she was. Like it's a fair point. I didn't consider that part of it, Jack. I'm glad you said that in terms of just like the belt motivation kind of being back on in terms of where the division stands. But I think you know, Lemos is so powerful, like you never know. But it is hard to imagine Suarez, as long as she's like somewhat like healthy, about if she wants takedowns, she's going to get them, and obviously that's what she wants. That's the only thing she wants in this fight. And Lemos, once she's on her back, like you never know. Like she was able to defend subs super well against Weili, but yeah, I like the under 2.5, because I think she's always Lemos is live to crack anyone, but Suarez, like if she's healthy, she's going to take her down and probably get a sub, I would think.
Yeah. Then we've got Claudio Puelles versus Joaquim Silva. It's been a while since we've seen both of these guys. Yeah.
This is the first time we've seen Puelles in a minute.
Since February 2024, and Silva was May of 2024. It's been over a year for each of these guys. Puelles is minus 115, Silva's minus 105. A lot of questions about both of them, I guess. Like Puelles is coming off 2 losses, one to Dan Hooker. Obviously not like the worst loss in the world. That was 2022. And Silva has been back and forth his whole career, kind of.
I think Puelles has been putting in the work, bro. Yep. I think Puelles has been putting in the work. He's down at Killcliff. And I mean, I don't know, bro.
What is this like? Has he been posting on Instagram, or you're just like,
yeah? And I mean, I just want to say, in a like a strictly MMA way, he looks good. This man looks like he's been locked in. His locked in challenges. He looks, and I think the UFC really likes Peru. And he's on their call that he does a lot of their calls for them. And I think this is a little bit like, hey, Puelles, you're going to get a win back here. We see you're locked in. I don't know. I missed the line movement on him, but this is a guy I think Joaquim Silva's awful, but here's the thing. Somebody could look minus 1,000 here.
N4 wrote, I feel like Silva should roll over Puelles, and then you gave your breakdown. He wrote, F me.
Jack, I think I agree with your point where like the whoever wins is gonna make it look like it was easy.
And I could see that too. Like that happens a lot when there's long layoffs too, where it's like we have no idea what version of these guys are coming into this fight right now. I'm
torn because I just think Puelles, like I mean, in the past we've seen it, like he's very like sub or bust. Like if he can't, like you saw, and obviously Hooker is a much higher level than Joaquim Silva. But I think Hooker, you saw it was glaring because Hooker's so much better. Like if he can't just like take you down and get you in that like knee bar, like leg lock or something, like he's very like he wants to pull a guard. Like he wants to just land and sit in his ass. Like he got finished by a very weak body kick, in my opinion.
And even that was 3 years ago, where it's like, yeah, how much can we even put like into like that?
He fought Verazim, he lost. Yeah, I mean, it's such a tough fight. I think, but I agree with Jack where it's like if he goes out there and rolls something, it's gonna be like, oh, like he was obvious. But then if he can't do that, then Silva will probably beat him up.
Yeah,
pretty badly too, but. Maybe he's putting in the work. Maybe the hands are better. Maybe he's rejuvenated.
Yeah. Then we've got Dusko versus Jose Medina, right? Tudorovic versus Jose Medina. Tudorovic is minus 395, nearing that Tatiana Suarez level. Not quite there. Medina plus 310. Medina, it's been a little bit since we've seen, right? Or no, that was this March. 3 straight losses in a row for him. Is he fighting for his contract here? Probably, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's just not UFC caliber. Like, he's just not. I mean, he's, like, tough, but he's also, like, I don't know. I'm just not laying almost minus 4 with Tudorovic, like, feels, like, scary a little bit. But he should just absolutely light up Medina on the feet. Like, he should.
Yeah. Lost his contenders fight and lost both of his UFC fights.
I don't know why fight doesn't go. Like, I get it. Medina's like this crazy chin, but I don't know why this fight doesn't go the distance minus 115. Like, I feel like this is just going to be a fucking war for however long it is. It's not going to be good. It won't be a good fight. Like, I think both these guys, like Dusko is just kind of like.
He's also on 3 straight losses. I thought he was on 1 or 2. I didn't realize he was on 3. Are they both fighting for their contracts?
Probably.
I mean, like,
I like that fight doesn't go the distance because I've been so like I said, Tudorovic laying that. It's like I'm not excited to bet Medina as this big dog, but I'm like definitely not laying at Tudorovic. I like the fight doesn't go because I think there's a world where Medina just gets lit up on the feet and eventually gets finished, or maybe there's a world where Medina is able to like weather the storm and drown him. I think both are possible. I think the Tudorovic one's probably more likely, but Yeah, I like the fight doesn't go at like a pick'em price.
I mean, before he went to decision with
Reese, right?
with Reese,
Which is wild. It's
Dusko Tudorovic, every single one of his fights outside of his Contender Series one didn't see the third round. Like that's, and then like you have Medina, who's like, he doesn't have defense. He's coming off like an insane KO. I know he didn't go to sleep, but that like he may be a guy where his chin goes. Like this is something I'm looking at. Fight doesn't go -115. I'm like, what? There's going to be chances for this fight to end. I guess Medina could just fucking eat every shot from kind of an older version of Dusko, but still, I'm looking at that. Are you like, I guess you could, like, if it gets further into the fight, maybe you just like, you think, hey, I'll just take under 1.5 plus 190. Because if it finishes, it'll probably finish quick. But I don't know. This is going to be kind of crazy.
How did both these guys go to decision with Zach Reese?
I know.
Zach Reese doesn't go to decision with anyone. He somehow did it with both these guys. Unreal.
Couple off nights for Zach Reese. All right, big fast turnaround here. Your guy Alexander Hernandez versus Carlos Diego Ferreira. Carlos Diego Ferreira is -120. Alexander Hernandez is +100. Just fought less than a month ago. Beat Chase Hooper. I was big on Chase Hooper in that fight. Unfortunately, didn't go his way. That performance almost has me inclined to go Alexander Hernandez if I could get him plus money here.
I don't know what to do here.
It's tough. It's just I've liked some of the things I've even heard like Hernandez say leading up to the fight. Like it seems like he's in a better place and training the right way and all these things, but it's just tough where like this guy was plus like almost 300 to Chase Hooper, and now he's plus 100 to Ferreira. Ferreira's just, I mean, he has great cardio, like well-rounded, like he's got power, jiu-jitsu. I'm inclined about with CDF, but it's tough because Hernandez is so explosive. Like you've seen it early in his career, and you saw it obviously in the Hooper fight. Like if he lands, like he devastates people. But I think I'm inclined to lean CDF.
Yeah. CDF's really, really good. And it's like the later this fight goes, I think it really lends to his advantage.
Definitely.
I mean, we're not too far removed from like Hernandez going life and death with Jim Miller. I think CDF, but I mean, also CDF's what, like 40 years old?
He's old. He is old.
Yeah,
That's what's scary. That's what's giving me a lot of pause.
What's the age gap? Let's see. It's Hernandez is 32, CDF's 40. Yeah.
That's it. Like if CDF was like 36, like 30, I'd be like, oh, like this is like dream line. But it's just, you don't know, like you don't see a lot of like 40-year-old lightweights like just like doing the damn thing like early. You see that more in the bigger weight classes, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And at
but
that
it's more rounded.
And at that point in their career, every time we see them, they kind of just like continue to kind of drop off a little bit. I mean, not to say his fight against, like he fought poorly against Grant Dawson, but before that, he was kind of on a nice run.
Dawson like ran through him.
Yeah. And then like, where is he at? Like Hernandez is kind of like on this kind of renaissance of his career, and CDF's like kind of like, I mean, every time we see a guy that old continue the fight, it's just kind of like it's a little bit less of his best version every time. And it's tough. I'm thinking about like if the number keeps coming down, like Hernandez may be a play. Plus 100, I thought it was going to stay in that -120 range. So plus 100, like if it gets to plus 110, plus 120, I think I'm going to have to play Hernandez.
It's fair.
Then we've got the debut of Santiago Luna versus Kwang Le. Kwang Le plus 110, Santiago Luna -130. It feels like a spot where they're trying to give Luna a win, right? Like first fight on their second fight on the main card, whatever it is, UFC Noche, which has me like, maybe this is, but like -130, it's not like they're not giving them a squash here.
It's a tough fight to call. Obviously, it's a close line. Like it's tough with Luna because you just don't know like enough about Quang Lee's like decent. Decent striking. I don't. It's one of those. Some of these I like to just like play like a fight doesn't go the distance just to like have some action on it. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm super opinionated about either side, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think both these guys. Like I'm with Ev. I think this is a violence spot. I was looking at the under 2.5 minus 105. I think is worth it. Like I think it's going to be a violent fight. And Luna's pretty good, so we'll see how this goes. Maybe Luna, like what's Luna by KO? Like if you want something a little bit more juicy, Luna by KO is plus 350. Like I think this fight ends by KO. And there's going to be some moments within this fight that these guys are going to be throwing with each other. So I like the under here with Ev. I don't love a side. If I had to pick a side, it'd be Luna. I'm not the biggest Quang Le fan, but I haven't watched enough Luna to know exactly how I feel strongly about him.
Then we've got Kelvin Gastelum versus Dustin Stoltzfus. Kelvin Gastelum minus 250 against Dustin Stoltzfus, plus 205. I like Gastelum here as well, but like I wouldn't bet him minus 250. That feels a little too extreme. Maybe a parlay piece. And he grinds out a decision here.
Seeing how we've seen Gastelum, I kind of think like this is a decent spot for him. And I think this is an important fight for him too. He wanted to fight on the Mexico card.
Yep.
And I think like, I mean, what we saw him against Pfeiffer, I mean, that was a very close fight. And I think here is a little bit like he could kind of do it again and really show that. And I think like Pfeiffer versus Stoltzfus is like a huge drop down in competition, and I don't hate Gastelum minus 250. Maybe parlay piece, yeah.
It's so odd because Stoltzfus was the one who broke Piper's arm.
Oh yeah,
Contender, and Piper wanted to fight him so bad, but then he's just leveled up so far past him. And then here Gastelum is fighting both of them back to back. Yeah, I agree with Jack. It's so hard because I agree with a lot of things Robbie said. Like it's just tough to like. So it's hard to conceptualize because Gastelum, it feels like you just don't know what guy you're going to get. But he did look good against Piper. This is a huge downgrade in competition, in my opinion, as well.
Yeah.
I think a parlay piece is valid here. I think Stoltzfus is tough, but I mean, Gastelum is he's so much more talented. He's such a better striker. He's a better fighter. It's like if he's motivated, like he's going to win this fight.
And then we've got Jared Gordon, friend of the program. Can we say that? I think so.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if you would agree. Versus Rafa Garcia, plus 200 Rafa Garcia, Jared Gordon minus 245. Another one where I kind of feel like this is just a great like matchup for Jared Gordon. Like I think he's definitely gonna be able to get a win here. I don't know if he'll get a finish, but I assume he's favored by decision. Minus 150 by decision. Yeah.
Because he had the highlight reel, probably the knockout of his career over Moises. That was an incredible knockout. I think Gordon wins. I just think I think the line might be like a little wide. Like I think they're just very like similar. Like I think Gordon's is a little better everywhere. Like I trust Gordon a little more. He's fought better competition. But they are
how good do you think Rafa Garcia is? Because he has some rough losses on his resume too.
He's okay.
Lost to Chris Grutzmacher and stuff. I
think he is he's a UFC fighter.
Yeah, I mean he's been in the UFC for a while. Yeah, he's got
he definitely is a guy that's like he deserves to be here. Like he's worthy of this. I just think Gordon's is a little bit better everywhere. I think Gordon wins the fight. Probably by decision. I would agree, but he's shown some power as we talked about the last. He's in a couple fights. I mean, I thought he got robbed in the Nasrat fight. I thought that was crazy. Mm-hmm. That was gross. But yeah, I think Gordon wins.
Yeah, I've been considering some Gordon inside the distance because I think there's a shot that it's like, if this goes to decision, it's going to be like 50-50. I don't know. I think like there's a real shot Gordon's just levels above him. And if he's levels above him, maybe I look at that what is it? -3.5 plus 100. That covers both a finish and a dominant victory.
I hate that.
Because I think there's a chance he's just levels above him. Oh, but on the flip side, I think there's a chance that Rafa is, like Ev said, just kind of like a worse version of Jared Gordon, and it's kind of close. Like he has moments on the feed and kind of goes from there. And like obviously, I mean, poor Jared Gordon, like he's like he had some of the worst decisions against him in UFC, like in terms of like a streak. And then he gets a big finish, and what do they reward him with? He's like, "Oh, you're an American going to Mexico to fight a Mexican that trains out of Mexico on the UFC Noche card." Obviously, it's not in Mexico, sorry, but you know what I mean. Like this is like you're fighting a Mexican on the UFC Noche card, who's like so tough, like tough luck for Jared Gordon. But I think that kind of is like he knows he's like, if I really want to continue the build. Obviously, he can be a decision fighter, but like if he really wants to build, he needs to go for finishes, and I think it may be there for him against Rafa.
Definitely see it.
And then the co-main event, Rob Font versus David Martinez. Almost to pick him. Rob Font -115, David Martinez -105. I have no idea how to feel about this one, and I go back and forth with Rob Font a lot, and I like Rob Font a lot. I feel like I'm always on the wrong side of his fight somehow. I lean Rob Font again here, but I don't like, I'm going to stay away from this. I really like, I feel like they're pretty evenly like matched in almost like a polar opposite way.
It's a old bull versus the young calf, or what he says on Step Brothers. I think there's a lot of elements to it in this fight. I agree. It's tough. Like it's a guy, like a young guy who we haven't seen as much. Like you said, one fight in the UFC over a guy who I don't think is UFC caliber at all. Knocked him out. I almost think I have to go Rob Font. And listen, if Martinez is the goods, like he'll beat Rob Font. Like Matsumoto couldn't do it. Tyler Phillips couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I do think Font still, like it's again another guy where it's like he's getting older. He's like, what is he, like 38? Lower weight class, like those kind of things will always scare me. But yeah, I mean, he's still shown like he's got it. So I mean, until I find out he really doesn't have it over a guy with like this little UFC experience.
Yeah,
I mean the levels in like schedules are not like they're night and day.
Yeah,
like
and I always will lean the strength of schedule guy.
Yeah, like Font's fought everyone. Like he's fought, like Martinez has fought literally nobody.
Yeah,
so you're gonna find out.
He looked real good fighting nobody, but
yes, no, he's looked very good. Yeah. And honestly, the line scares me. Like it's like why is it so close? Like what do they know? Is Martinez really the goods? We'll find out. I think I'm going to be on Rob Font. I'm picking Rob.
Rob Font gets hit a lot. Maybe that's what
he does. He absolutely does. But he also is a good boxer and it is well rounded. Yeah. So I'll take Rob Font, and that's my pick. Oh, Rob Font.
This is a really tough fight. I mean, I think that's a real, like, obviously it was short notice, but he was preparing for a fight against Quan Le, but this is a really big spot for David Martinez. He's Mexican, UFC Noche, co-main event. The level in competition step up so huge, man. Like he just fought Simon Oliveira, who hadn't fought in 2 years prior to him fighting him. Like this was a guy that I forgot about. I want to bet Martinez. I think he because like Rob Font, he's 38 years old, man. This is a tough fight for him, and David Martinez is 27. I may take David Martinez to finish him. I keep going back and forth. But level in competition is so huge. But, like, what's Rob Font at 38? I don't know. Like, and also, like, Rob Font was put here against Raul Rosas Jr. Like, what did the UFC think they were doing there? Like, Raul's a big star, dude. And I think they're using this as a chance for David Martinez to really jetpack off of Rob Font for in a big moment here. It's co-main. I feel like I'm almost convincing myself into David Martinez.
But also keep not that listen, the UFC's done setup fights and sometimes it matters, sometimes it doesn't. But keep in mind, this isn't the fight they wanted. This is strictly due to like last minute departures on the card.
Yeah.
Like he was not put here to fight Rob Font. He was put here to fight Quang Lee. Think about that.
Yeah.
Like, now he's fighting Rob Font in the co-main event. Like he was not some guy they were looking to give a push this early. It just kind of happened.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good point.
He stumbled into it. Now the line is another thing because the line is like obviously thinks, oh, like it's going to be a close fight.
But do you think of that like? I mean, this line's been crazy. Like it was plus 130, now it's minus 105. It's like, do you think that they kind of? Do you think that like David, like, if they really believed in David, they would have avoided giving him this? Like, it would have been okay to be like, hey, Rob Font, you're just not going to fight here. Like, it's,
but they need it though. Like the card is not great.
Yeah,
like I think they needed Rob. They needed a guy like Rob Font who's been like a staple in the top 10 in bantamweight to stay on this card. Like if you lose Rob Font and Rosas, like it respectfully them, like Jared Gordon, Rafa Garcia being your co-main event to like celebrate the pride of the Mexican heritage and fighting is like not great.
Yeah,
that's kind of how I feel. Listen, Martinez might go win. Like that is no. Like at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter whether they want like who's going to win the fight. But I think it's all just things like he's not like he has a win over Simon Oliveira in the UFC. That's his only UFC win. Like I don't know. There's too many question marks. To me, there's far more question marks for Martinez than Font. Is just like, is he too old? Will he like is he losing a step? And maybe it's the time to get out early, like get off the train now. You've like won some money on it with Matsumoto, some other fights, but maybe this is the time to get off. Maybe 38, maybe he's like finally losing a step. But I don't know. I mean, he handled Matsumoto well. Like Kyler Phillips doesn't maybe not have the power, but dynamic striker. He was able to solve that puzzle. Like he's had some good wins as of recently.
And then the main event. Everyone's looking forward to this fight. Diego Lopes versus Jean Silva. Silva minus 238, Lopez plus 195. Why is Lopez such a big underdog in this fight? Plus 195, you're going to give me Lopez in a 5-round fight?
As a big Lopez guy, I'm concerned. I'm concerned.
Why is he such a big under? I know he took a lot of punishment in his last fight, but he's got a great chin.
He does have a great chin, but he's also, I mean, he did the whole Ige thing was a weird week. Like he was up, it was cutting weight, then it was you have to get whatever.
Yeah.
A lot happened, I understand. But I mean, Ige was beating him up in the 3rd round due to pure cardio. A guy that hopped up. Granted, the fight was at 160. Like you said, he had to cut weight. Then Ortega pulls out. Then he's weighing in different. All these.
I don't put as much into that because of the weirdness.
And he obviously clearly had the cardio against Volk. He won 5 rounds
for sure. Yeah,
took some damage. Like gave some damage as well. Shout out to Biz. I'm the Lopez guy, the premier Lopez guy. I think it's concerning because I think he's hittable. Silva, I don't know. Silva's the guy. Like he might just be the goods. I don't know. I mean, he really might be. I mean, the power he has. I mean, the choke he had on fucking Mitchell was insane.
But there were moments of the Mitchell fight where I was like worried as someone like betting Silva. Like Mitchell hit him a couple times where I was like, ooh. Sure.
It's a tough fight. Like trust me, I really like want to take Lopez as like almost a 2-1 underdog, but I'd be lying if I didn't say I wasn't like a legit believer in Silva. And even the Volk fight, I think that like fight would be fascinating because even though I think Volk is like a lot more like skilled, like I think Silva could find a shot.
Of course, yeah.
I don't think that's crazy. So
yeah.
I don't. It's such a tough fight. I think really my brain wants to think like Silva's gonna win, but my heart just won't allow me to like say that. Because I think Lopez definitely has, and who knows, like he has great submissions. Like maybe he's able to find some, like find the arm bar, like find the choke. Like he's a dog. He's an absolute dog.
I've been looking at the over 2.5 here. I think Lopez really showed his durability against Volk in ways that I was really impressed by, even late, and even showed himself in a great light in that 5th round. I've been really impressed with him. I think Gene's better than him. I think he's more well-rounded. I think Gene can survive on the feet with him. But I think this is a fight that goes deep. I'm even considering a fight goes the distance at plus 200. I think this is a fight that both these guys, and like Diego Lopes, I mean, phenomenal on the ground as well. So I don't really see him. Now, obviously, I mean, Gene Silva just submitted Bryce Mitchell, but I don't necessarily see that happening here. Gene's really, really good. I understand the line. I've been looking at the over 2.5. I think it should be a little bit more like over 3.5, over 4.5 at that number. So I may be over 2.5, and then also fight goes the distance. So yeah, a good fight. I think
great main event for this card.
It has come down, Robbie. Like it was up at like minus 300 earlier in the week.
Holy shit,
Gene Silva. So like there has been some love for.
And I like Gene Silva too. I've bet on him in a bunch of fights. Like I started not liking him, and then I was like, this guy fucking won me over. I just can't believe how wide that is with Diego Lopes. Like show Diego Lopes some respect.
Yeah, no, I think where it's at now is pretty good. If it gets under minus 200, I may consider a bet on Gene. But I like the over here. Gene Silva by decision, I think, is also something that could be where they plus 400. But I'd rather just take the goes the decision plus 200 there. So, but if there's a finish here early, I'd be really surprised. I think this is two guys that are really matched up very well against each other. And Gene throws hard, but I mean, how much harder does Gene? And I know there's different fights, different nights, but like how much harder does Gene throw than Volk?
I think he probably throws decently harder, like one punch power.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's a skilled. Like I don't think he's as skilled like just of a striker than Volk is.
But like
I think in terms of just pure like one punch, I think he probably hits it. Like we've just never seen Volk really flat someone with one punch, and we've seen Silva do that to like numerous guys.
Yeah, that's a good point. But I just keep thinking back to that fight and watching it back. You see Volk really land some really good shots. Definitely. And Diego really took them well. Now,
he really reacted to most of them. Yeah.
Now,
absolutely,
you're right, Gene. Like, I mean, we see this with some guys. Gene may just have that crazy right hand, but I'm willing to find out if he does.
Also, just a thought. I kind of just had all about this now. Considering that Volk was minus 160 against Diego, what do you think? I mean, obviously, this fight will change it some. But, like, is Silva a favorite against Volk?
That would be – I mean, if he knocks out Diego in brutal fashion, maybe, I mean, but, like –
I mean, he's like a significantly bigger favorite over Diego than Volk was. And after Diego making, like, a good display of himself in that fight.
Yeah. All right. That was UFC Noche. Obviously, we've got Crawford-Canelo this weekend as well. I assume – is everyone on Canelo or no?
I'm considering Bud.
I think I'm good at Bud Crawford.
The shoulder injury does. The shoulder injury does concern me a little bit, but I think if that was real, the line would really have blown out.
Yeah. What's the line right now?
Minus 190.
I was gonna say, yeah. I thought Bud was plus like 150-ish.
Great fight.
It's a great fight. Great weekend of fights. Going to be a very fun Saturday.
So right now it's Canelo minus 165, Bud plus 135.
Wow.
Gotcha.
So that's some money came in on Bud.
I think he's the better, like Canelo, like I like Canelo. He's obviously amazing. He's had a lot of fights that Triple G fight. There's arguments that he didn't win any of them. And somehow came out of it like 2-0-1. I don't know. Bivol, obviously it's such different because Bivol was so much bigger. And Bivol just like boxed him up. Crawford, I wanted the speed, like Crawford's just like not going to back down. He's never lost a fight. Obviously moving up in weight, but I think he can outbox him.
We'll see. I'm excited for it. Shout out to everyone who watched. Shout out to everyone who was in the chat. And we will talk to you next time.